So welcome to Bronzefield prison. It's next to Staines. My first visit here. Let's have a look around. Seems a lot more accessible here than the last one I went to. Obviously the last one was a little bit less open than this one. What do we have here then? Smoke-free zone and a big gate, big giant gate. Not going to go in. Have a nose through the door, quick. But yeah, nothing really in here. So I guess we won't bother checking it out too much. What we got here? Just things. Oh, the door's open. Again, nothing. Hello.
Hello?
Sorry, that's right. I'm just doing a little bit of filming in the area.
Why are you filming?
Because this is what I do. It's my hobby.
No, you don't film here.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
No.
Okay. Thank you. No, she's not sure. Of course she's not sure. Because she was wrong if she thought she was sure. Why did they lock the grip in? That's weird, right? That must be weird. Loading bay equipment and industrial doors. Oh, okay. Yeah, as you can see, this is a massive wall on the perimeter. No barbed wire on it, which is, in my opinion, unusual, but I mean, good luck getting over that anyway, right? Plenty of CCTV, keeping an eye on us. Now, whilst walking along the perimeter, I've just found a gap in these bushes. Don't know where this goes to. Okay. So it actually leads on to, I guess, common land. You can just go stroll around some public footpaths. Bit of a weird place that this comes out to, but oh well. I said I wouldn't go in, but I'll take a quick little, just have a quick look around. And then we'll be back out again. So, yeah, okay. Nothing really special here.
Why are you filming, sir? You're not allowed to film.
You are?
You're not allowed to film.
Where does it say that?
You're not allowed to film.
Okay, I can't talk to
No, you can't film. You can't film.
Turn it off now.
Turn it off.
You need to turn it off now.
I can only talk to one of you at a
Turn
time.
it off now.
Absolutely not. Well, you see that sign that says no mobile
You
phones?
need to turn it off now.
God, guys, you hear this?
I'm calling the police. Turn it off now.
I'm just going to look at the information here.
Sir, you need to turn the radio off. Sir? Okay, that's it. I'm calling 999.
Oh, you do that. I'm not having someone barking orders at me. So, yeah. Well, no, I don't. I think you're wrong. Honestly.
Sir, you need to leave the prison now and you stop filming or I'm going to call the police right now.
Okay. Can I say something in return? Okay. Basically, what's going to happen... Well, I can. I'm doing it right now. Don't be angry. You don't have to shout. This is silly because I've got you on this one as well. No. No, you're rude. How about have some respect? Bloody hell.
Stop filming me.
Stop shouting.
Sir, hi, can I help you? And
Hello,
just,
sir.
Just so you aware, okay?
Yeah.
My camera's recording, okay? So it's recording the conversation.
Thank you, sir, for letting me know that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Well, nothing. I was just doing a quick sort of look in the area, and I'm going to be on.
You filming yourself?
Yeah.
Keep shouting. It's so.
No, it's
I tell you what. Should we talk outside the door?
It's
Yeah.
the
'Cause
mic.
she's.
Unfortunately, it's the mic.
Yeah, it's
very
a
loud,
bit too.
unfortunately.
It's a bit too. I'll step outside because
Yeah.
that's too much for me, to be
That's
honest.
perfect.
So basically,
Okay.
what I do is I film out in public areas.
Yep.
Of course, the door is wide open here. It doesn't say no entry. Now, as I've gotten in, immediately they started shouting at me. So I don't know what I can do with that, really.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, the mic is a little bit temperamental. It's a little bit not temperamental. It's a bit sensitive, unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
So it comes over quite loud all the time. Unfortunately, we can't lower the volume. Unfortunately. So I do apologise for that. But however,
that's all right.
However, this is obviously a secure building, secure area.
No, I mean, of
so-
course, listen,
yeah.
I understand what this place is.
Yes.
I've done a walk around the perimeter, sort of gauge how big the place is, how secure you guys. I mean, it's a prison. It's not going to not be secure, is it? So
Exactly.
I've come to the front. I wasn't initially going to go in. I was just having a quick note, but I saw the door wide open, so I figured I'll have a quick look through. I mean, a lot of people that watch my content can find this sort of information helpful.
Yeah.
You know, let's say they're visiting someone here. I don't know, perhaps. Now they've got a better understanding of where to go to, what to do, where to inquire at, things like that.
I understand that, yeah, but obviously, from my point of view, just having someone walk in, just recording a secure area.
Oh, I imagine it's a bit odd.
It raises a few questions.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, like I say, I'm more than happy to allay those concerns of yours. And I mean, I would have done with the ladies, but they both of them were shouting over two different mics at once, and I can't talk to two people at once. So, so I didn't really respond to them because they were just being very, what's the word? Way too forward, you know, trying to tell me I've got to delete this, can't record. The truth is, and I know people don't like it, but I'm free to record in public, which includes a publicly accessible building such as a prison that is funded by the taxpayer.
Okay, fair enough. But what I would say as well, just from, I'll say, my point of view,
Yep.
from our side of things, well, not ours, but my point of view,
Yeah.
if you can refrain from taking any videos from inside the, what we call the vehicle lock as well.
Okay, but the only thing is, you see,
Yes.
so with my channel, now, I don't know if you're aware of the term auditor, but not in the financial sense, but in the social media sense. How they go around to a lot of public places,
yeah.
film, engage, interact.
Yeah.
The thing is, so amongst my audience especially, anything I can see from public land, they would expect me to be filming that, especially if it's of interest. So if I can see through the gate from a public place, I don't want to sound rude here to sort of directly disobey what you've just said.
Yeah.
It's just, if I have a legal right to do something, I will. Now, of course, I will never step through there. I mean, that would probably get me locked up, and so I'm not going to do anything that's going to incriminate
of course,
myself.
a bit of a headache.
I like to showcase that you do get good reactions at the same time as the bad ones. They're far and few between,
Yeah.
but you still get them.
Yeah, both
So-
sides of the coin, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's never one-sided, is it?
No, exactly.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it. I don't want to keep any more of your time, but you've been
No.
absolutely fantastic, and hopefully you have a lovely day. Only one vehicle to enter the lock. So they call it a lock. So obviously you go in, door shuts behind you. Once the door shuts behind, door in front will of course open, naturally. So, I don't know what we've got in this room, but just some computer stuff. Cool. Somebody's recording outside. I am. Let's read this information here. It's the same thing that they said at the other prison. Again, doesn't apply to me because I don't plan on doing these things. So that's the same guy again. He's cool. You can see from over here, people coming through and out. Not sure what they're up to, but
Hello, mate. How can I help you?
oh, you can't. No, I'm good.
Okay. What are you here for?
Filming.
Okay, filming what then?
Just footage of the prison.
Okay, why then? Just so I understand.
Why? Just because photography is not a crime,
It's not. You're correct.
and I'm sort of here to make people aware of that.
Okay.
So
What I'm going to have to ask you to do is go back to where that barrier is, and then you can film from there.
yeah, what I'm going to have to do is refuse that request because
Why's
this
that?
land is all publicly accessible.
Okay.
So
So
I appreciate you being polite. I really do. But
and what isn't publicly accessible is you putting your camera up to the windows and then going through the windows. And my colleagues have reported them to me that that's what you've been doing.
okay.
So don't
Yeah,
do
but
that,
the
please.
thing is though that is perfectly legal because glass is see-through and I can see through it.
Okay.
So can my camera.
That's private property. And can you appreciate if I came to your job and started sticking up a camera at the window, you might feel some type of way about it? I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to have a go.
No.
Just asking
Look,
politely if
okay.
you could not do that.
If we're talking on a human-to-human point,
Human.
absolutely, it's weird,
Yeah.
but it's not illegal. And this is why I do what I do. So I will act a little bit weird sometimes with these things, in the point of getting reactions and proving to people that the reactions that you normally get from doing illegal activity is the wrong reaction.
But we don't deal with illegal activity. Like, that's the police.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is I've already walked in once and then both ladies were screaming down the little microphone tannoy thing.
Okay, well,
I couldn't hear a word that they said because they were both talking over each other, trying to shout at me. But they were immediately under the impression that what I'm doing is not allowed. It is. But I did, the other chap came along, he respectfully asked, he spoke to me in a very polite manner. And I came outside and I said, I won't go back in again. I'm more than happy to be reasonable with people. It just depends if they're reasonable with me or not.
So speaking from experience,
yeah,
it isn't a very nice thing as someone who works in a prison to come out and have someone filming you. Like, I do this job because it's a job that I do and I care about people. I'm trying my best, like, to help people, and so do all of my colleagues. So then to come out and be met with someone who's recording you and you don't really know what they're doing with that.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to tell you what I do with it. Everything I film goes onto YouTube.
Okay. See, I'm not a fan of that. So personally, I'd like to wash out my face and my colleagues because that's not...
The thing is, so normally I would do that when I've caught sort of random members of the public who aren't... Now, I've come here specifically today to film Bronzefield Prison, which does include its staff as well, given that it's all paid for by the taxpayer. So it's more of like a matter of...
privately owned prison.
Is it privately owned?
Yeah. Sodexo, that's what it's like.
But are you sure they're not? But the money...
So it's in contract with the government.
Exactly. Which is then paid for by... Which is the government's paid for by the taxpayer. So it's kind of like a half and half thing then.
Okay. So I'm just politely requesting that you don't film my colleagues.
Okay. But like I say, I'm in all honesty, I'm going to be totally square with you. No, because if they work here, they are part of the building, so to speak. So... Does that make sense? If random members of the public, if I see someone with a lanyard on,
so
typically.
I'm walking out here. I'm not wearing a lanyard. I'm not a member of the public.
But it says
But
Sodexo on your
Just because I
top.
work for a company doesn't mean that I'm not entitled to the same things as you. Do you get me? Like, I'm right here, a human being, a member of the public, walking around now.
Okay, so what? You finished your shift, you're off home or something like that. Then okay, I appreciate that, but you have approached me, and whenever someone approaches me, I always keep it on for content.
Okay.
Because it just shows people how people. I mean, you've not been a horrible lady. You've come out reasonable. The only thing I would say was a little bit unreasonable was you asked me to go back past the barrier, which...
I'll ask
No. Right? Do you know what? If you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly.
That's a fair shout. But even the police themselves couldn't ask me to move back past there unless I'm committing an offence.
Okay.
In which case they'd actually escort me off themselves. So
I'll just, like I said, my perception of it is I wouldn't like to...
I tell you what I'll do. Because you have been a nice lady and you've not come out aggressively... I will blur your face. I will honour that. Now, the only thing is, I can't give you any written.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's my word.
Value.
So I'm happy to do that because you haven't been horrible. You haven't.
And could I just ask if you don't film up in the windows because it's not very nice.
I've already had a little look, so I don't see any need to have a look again.
Right,
so okay. The only thing I really wanted to get one shot of before I went away was just, if I get lucky, is a truck coming in. And then I just film it go through the gates into what you call the lock. Yep. The big door shuts, and then that's sort of that, and then that's the end of that. But
okay, right.
I'd probably get no luck with that anyway.
Yeah, probably not about this time, mate.
Yeah. Okay, all right, you have a great day.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Thank you. I'll honour that. I'll blur the lady's face, because she wasn't rude. She wasn't rude. We call that the lock. Pretty cool. There they go. In they go. Welcome to your new home. Hey, are you allowed to tailgate in there? Cheeky. And then there the big gate closes. How's that? Just a bit of information for you. I've just done some reading. It's on Wiki. So basically, there have been situations in this prison where women have been left in their cells overnight, pregnant, and had to give birth in their cell overnight with no medical help at all. This is, I think, like 4 occasions this has happened. There's been 1 death in this place, a prisoner that died in custody. She died because she was basically neglected. She was vomiting profusively for quite a bit, and they just left her to it. They didn't care less. And then the other thing I read was a 18-year-old girl who got sent here, was pregnant. She had to give birth to her baby alone, and unfortunately, that baby died. So we've had 1 lady die in this prison, a baby, and then other women left to just give birth on their own with no medical assistance. So, and this is all happening under Sodexo's watch, so yeah, quite bad. I don't know if it's as bad at other prisons. I've not been to others, but ultimately, that is a disgrace. I just thought I'd let you lot know that.
Film, you need to be off beyond the barriers, because this is then private property.
Okay.
It's just behind there.
Yeah. No, I know where the barrier is, but I'm not going to be going back there to go film because I'm allowed to be here. So.
But it should be beyond the barrier.
No, but it shouldn't.
It should be.
Well, that's your opinion. I know differently. So, but have a lovely day. God, they're also quick to share their opinions, aren't they? But tell me some facts. Tell me what YOI is. Not that I've got to go over there and film, which is nonsense. These guys didn't want to help.
No, I wasn't with them. I was in the daytime.
Angry. No cameras, no phones, no wine, and no cigarettes. I say wine because it's a bottle of wine in a glass, in a wine glass, so. Beer's okay. You can have beer here, just no wine. And over here, I look in there again. I didn't seem as shouty as earlier. Oh, doggle. There you go, people. People come through here to walk dogs because it's a publicly accessible area. Oh, there's the governor watching over the place. This little shit. Wait. And off he goes. Oh. All right. Is he? I'm there. Sorry?
Sorry, no, we can't.
Oh, you can hear me. I was just about to say, mate, I'm heading out, but it was lovely speaking to you today.
Okay.
So if you want to let everyone know that they're safe now.
Okay.
But yeah, have a great day, mate.